welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to do a video on installing Eclipse and also installing C/C++ into the IDE Eclipse. Now, this is primarily for my CubeSat project people. A lot of you are familiar with Eclipse, not so familiar with the command prompt. So what I've done is I've actually created a virtual box with Ubuntu version 24.02 on, and it's a clean install. There's nothing else on it. So we're going to go from scratch. And if you need to set up Ubuntu, you can either see me or watch the video I have on that. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to go through with this. Now here is Ubuntu, the one I just did, excuse me. And I simply named it Ubuntu Spring 25. Not sure if you can read this. I made it so it has 8 gigs of RAM with 4 processors, and I gave it an 80 gig hard drive. So it's just for use with this. All right, so I'm going to start that up. Now, this is nothing on here. So I want to go and kind of go through the whole process. Now, one of the things that you need, if we are using C, which is really what the flight software is in, that's in C. To compile it, to compile it, you need something called make, so you can actually compile this thing. So we're going to make sure we have that before we even start anything. Let me get this out of the way so you can see. So first thing you need to do is you need to install it. So we need to get to the command prompt. Now, how do you do that? To do it, you need to open a program called Terminal. Down here in Ubuntu, down here is Show Apps. And here are our apps. Now here's Terminal. If you don't want that, this is it's like the taskbar in Windows, except it's called the dash. And if you want to put something there, so we have this. So if you're going to click on it a lot, you don't want to go through that. So if you simply go to it, right click, and it says pin to dash. Now, I want you to watch over here on the left what happens. I pin to dash. Oh, there it is. There's Terminal. So now, anytime I want to do Terminal, oh, and you know what? We got to set something else up, because you're going to see this is actually a clean install. So when I go to open Firefox, it's going to come up with its intro stuff here. So we're just going to skip this step. We'll get it set because we're going to need it here shortly. Skip this step. Start browsing. There we go. Now we have all of this. So now when we go in to do something in here, Firefox is going to come up, and this is going to be its start page. So we now have that ready. Just to show you, I just did this. So it should work for it. Anyway, getting back to Terminal. Okay, you run Terminal. We're interested in this make. So do we have it? Well, we're going to say make, and we're going to ask for the version that we have. Oh, wait, we don't have make. Now, there's a whole lot of things you can go. You can go install make and all that, but there's one that's going to make it easier for you. and it's called Build Essentials. So we're going to go sudo app install build dash. If I could spell it. Hopefully I spelled it correctly. Now, I hit this. It's asking for the password for this device. Now, I made it real simple, actually. Too simple, but it's a virtual box. It's 1234. And if you're using the machine that I put together for use with this, that is specifically a Ubuntu laptop, the password's the same thing, 1234. So we put that in, hit enter, it's going out, it's saying, yes, we're going to do all this, and it's going to take this much space. We're going to say, yes, we're okay with it. And it's going through and doing its little thing. So right now, it's actually installing all of the build essentials that we're going to need. Okay, so now it's done. Let's do that command again. Now, it's really neat because if you hit the up arrow, it's going to go through all of the commands that you've put in. So let's do the version. Oh, wait, it found it. We're running make 4.3. Okay, so now we have that. We can close out of terminal because we're done with that. Okay, so now we have Ubuntu running. We have our make, so we could compile stuff. We don't have Eclipse, so we have to go out and get Eclipse. So we're going to go to your browser, and I mean, you can put whatever browser on you want. I just did the machine, so I'm just using this one. Okay, so we want Eclipse. Eclipse download. And here's Eclipse download. Okay, allow cookies. See, we haven't done anything on here. Okay, so we're going to go to the download packages because you need to know what machine you're running. So if you were running a Mac OS, you have two options here. Windows, two options here. Linux, there's three. Well, we're actually I'm doing this on my PC. So we're going to do the x84. And this is what it's going to be. So we're going to go ahead and download it. And its download has begun. And it is now done. Okay. So now we can install Eclipse. And if you remember, Eclipse takes a while to install. So let's go out to Files. Clicked it twice. So use the double click. Okay, the install should be in our downloads. Now the problem is this is a zip file, the equivalent of a zip file. Okay, we can't do anything with it. We need to extract it. So right click and extract. It has now extracted the Eclipse installer. This guy he's done. We don't need him anymore. You don't need to delete it, but again, it's just taking up space because it's the zip file. This is a guy we need. All right, there's an install in here. If you open it, here is the Eclipse installer. Now I want to show you something because a lot of times, and you may not need this at all in here, but never hurts to have a little bit more knowledge. So if you right click on this guy and come down to properties, you will see that this says executable as program. That is turned on. A lot of times when you get these programs, this will be turned off, which means you can't run it. Okay, this one was turned on, so it is an executable, it is runnable, but you may have to do that. Just word to the wise here. Okay, so you right click and run. And here is the Eclipse installer. We did this back in 121. I'm actually, this a little bigger so we can see it. Okay, we're going to do the Eclipse IDE for developers. Just take the default. Yes, we will accept the agreement. And now it is installing. Now, what's going to happen here if you have forgotten is it's got to go out and download some other software. So there's going to be a little pop-up come here, not a pop-up, a little banner coming across here saying, this is taking longer than expected. Yeah, it's going to. While I have this time, there's the pop-up now, the banner. I just want to let you know, I'm going to put chapters in here. So if you already have Eclipse running, you can jump a little easier than searching through the video. But, so the chapters will be down in the description down below, and you'll see the things on there if you're not familiar with YouTube. But anyway, I will put those in. This should be, I think we get one more banner coming up, unless I was talking and missed it. There's a banner. And then it pretty much goes through this fairly quickly. There you go. All right, so now we're going to launch Eclipse. There's Eclipse launching. If you remember, this takes a little bit. First time through, it's going to ask, where do you want your workspace? I'm going to make this my workspace for everything. That's your call. That's what I prefer for this particular thing, because this is what we're going to be working on. And we're going to launch. And here is Eclipse. It is set up as checking. You got to keep an eye down here because it's going to tell you what it's doing. Now, right now, it's saying this is a new announcement. Java 24 support is now available, so you can have it. You can go get it. We're not using Java, so don't ask me again on here. If you wanted to, you could, if you're using it as your machine, but I'm thinking you're not. We're going to get rid of this, get rid of this guy. So we have nice screen. And there we are. Now, make sure that's full screen. It's always a good idea to make sure you have the latest and greatest. So if you come out to help, check for updates. It's contacting the sites. Now it's going to be interesting because this was a brand new install. It's contacting the software sites. Oh, look at that. What do you know? There's actually an update. And you saw, we just downloaded it. So we'll go ahead, install the update, accept the license, and finish. Now it's updating software. And again, keep an eye on that. Now what this is saying, and this is kind of interesting because they've made this small, I can't actually read what it says. Restart Eclipse IDE to, and I'm assuming that's saying to apply the software changes. Okay, so we need to restart Eclipse. Now, we're going to do the same thing. I showed you how to put it over here on the dash, but go to File. Let's restart this guy. We'll actually close this. And it was checking. And you see here, I am guessing from the way that acted right there, that that little pop-up that you saw that we couldn't read, I don't know if that what all it said, but I'm thinking it didn't actually, we needed to do something. But anyway, it appears as though it is needed that restart. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to close this and again show you how to put it on the dash. Because right here it is, but if we actually exit this guy, he goes away. But I want it over here because I want to click on it. I don't want to have to go look for it. So we go into the apps and we look for it. Now, right now, again, this was a clean install. There's not a whole lot of things here. You know, if you want the calculator over there, you can do that, whatever. But I just want Eclipse. So I'm going to right click, pin to dash, and there we go. It is now pinned to the dash. So no matter what I do, it's going to be there. I close and restart, it's going to be there. So let's go and start Eclipse up. And it's checking. Okay. Now, a couple things, just a quick review of Eclipse. If you want to create a project, well, they've got this quick start over here. Okay. You could click here, or you could go to File, come to New. And usually this is what I have you do in class. Go to File, New. And if we're doing Java, we would do the Java project. Excuse me. Or you could click Project, in which case you're going to see everything that you could do. C/C++ is not here. We need to get that. All right. So to get that, go out to Help, come down to Install New Software. Okay. Work with. Okay. Well, where is it? Well, click on here, pull this down. For some reason, my phone got the okay thing and started listening. Anyway, click on all available sites. It's going to go through and you're going to see a number of things are going to come up here. You can see a whole lot of things come up here. Okay. A lot. We're interested in programming languages because we want to do C and C++. Now, if we expand this, you'll see there are a lot. And there's a lot of this stuff. What do we take? Well, and you can always go back and add stuff, but what we're going to do, we want to develop this software. So we're going to take those two items. So the development tools and the development tools SDK, software development kit. Say next. It's going to go out and get these items. You can see it's doing the calculations. I'm pointing to the screen like you can see me pointing. Okay, if we look at these items, here are the items that it's going to grab. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and finish and let it go ahead and install. So it is installing the software. It's a good idea to keep an eye out down here on things that are happening, because it will tell you down here, and a lot of times it's kind of important. Okay, restart Eclipse IDE to apply the software updates. Yeah, we kind of want to do that. So we're going to restart now. And we'll go to the workbench. And it is checking. One thing I saw here, and let me just minimize this. Again, I'm kind of getting off topic, but we see this. If you right click on that, you can move that to the trash. And it's now sitting over here in your trash. So you could empty it just like that. Anyway, we'll come back in here. So here we are. We're now in Eclipse. Let's go up. And again, you could click here for projects or file, new, project. Do you see C and C++ are here? We want to do, and you know what? I think just to show you, I think maybe we'll do kind of both. We'll do a C++ first, and then we'll do the C hello world, and I'll show you a few things. Okay, so let's do a C++. It's going to say, what do you want to call it? Well, we're going to make it a hello world project. Now, you need to make sure that you have, you need a compiler over here or it's not going to work. It should be there. So, what are we going to call it? Let's say hello C plus plus. Yes, because I'm strange today. You could finish, but let's take a look at what we've got over here. It's going to ask us, what do you want it to say? So the author, I'm going to say, is Dr. K. Our copyright notice, free for all. And we'll let it say, hello world. You can say next, and I think I will just to show you what's there, but you could finish at this point. It's showing you what we've got over here, what the tool chain is. So we're just going to finish it. And you check down at the bottom, the indexer is working. The indexer is still working. It needed to find all of those items. Excuse me. If you were to try to run this before that was done, it's not going to run. You're going to have errors. You need to wait for that. And the amount of time you need to wait is going to depend on how fast your equipment is. But anyway, at this point, we're ready to run this. Now, in Java, we go and run. So, okay, I'm just going to say run. The section cannot be launched, and there are no recent launches. It can't work. There's no errors. What's the problem? Problem is we never built it. We never built the project. Come over to project, come down to build project. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, look at that. That's pretty good. No errors. That's a thumbs up here. Now, let's try to run it. And again, you could go to the run command or simply run here. Either way. It's still saying nothing has happened. Let's close it. Run it. Build. And now run. And there it is. Sometimes Eclipse gets a little flaky and it actually forgets where it's done. And the reason is when you create this project, it actually creates it inside a virtual box, which with what I'm doing is kind of really weird because I've got a virtual box inside a virtual box. So it can do some strange things. So there's a C++. Now, we're going to close that. And I'm going to close this. And we're going to new project, C++. We're going to do a C project. It's going to be Hello World also. Next, what are we going to call it? Hello World C. We're going to make it Hello World. See here. Now, if we say next, it's going to ask us those same questions, free for all. And Hello World. And we're going to make it say from C. And we're going to go ahead and finish. If you click next, it's going to show you the same debuggers. So finish. And here is our Hello World C program. There it is. That's awesome. That is awesome. So let's go ahead, build the project. No errors. That's really good. Let's run it. Hello world. No, it should say hello world from C. What happened? Same thing as before. Eclipse is being a little flaky. It doesn't really know where you're at. Let's double click in here. Let's build the project. And let's run it again. There you go. Hello world from C. So you just simply have to be careful and make sure that you're running what you think you are running. Now, here's puts things on the screen. We're going to use a different one just to show you. So I'm going to say print F, and I'm going to say by Dr. K. Quote, semicolon, or parentheses, semicolon. So there it is. So let's build the project. Hopefully it understands printf. Oh, that's really good. Okay, let's run it again. Now, this time it's saying, hey, do you want to save this? What do you want? Well, I always want to save it. Sorry, click there. I like to always save it because you can always use, the back Control Z to go back. But I want to save it so it doesn't come up every time. Hello World from C by Dr. K. That's awesome. Let's add something else here. Let's see. What can we say? Welcome to CubeSat. Become that someone. Let's say that. So print. Yeah. I could spell print F. Welcome to CubeSat. And sorry, I'm not a faster typist. Okay, so let's build the project. This build, we did that, we always make sure you have that make just in case. Okay, and now we're going to run. And it says not exactly what we wanted it to do. It says hello world from C by Dr. K. And I don't even know, is that a silent K? By Dr. Welcome to CubeSat? No, we didn't give it a hard return at the end of the line. So let's come in here and put a hard return in. Build the project, run the project. Notice up here the asterisk, it is not saved. When I run it, since I told it to save it automatically, it's going to be saved. So I run it, and there we go. Hello world from C by Dr. K. Welcome to CubeSat. All right. Anyway, that's how you get this all to work and all to come together the way it should. All right. Hopefully this has been helpful and good computing. If you have any questions, let me know.